Welcome to the 2015 USTA, USPTA, and Texas Tennis Hall of Fame Awards. Several of our sectional awards were presented at other events. These include the 2015 Senior Spirit Awards. Female, Ann Eaton, Houston. Male, David Noble, Houston. During the 2015 Summer Grand Slam in College Station, the following junior awards were presented. John McFarland Award. Charles Tan, Austin. Mary Loudon Award. Priya Nezgoda, Austin. Art Faust Sportsmanship Award. Charles Tan, Austin. Maureen Connolly Brinker Sportsmanship Award. Fernanda Contreras, Austin. Bob McKinley Sportsmanship Award. Campbell Irwin, Olmos Park. Zena Garrison Sportsmanship Award. Natasha Gonzalez, Houston. And Marlee Zine, Sugarland. Michael Haynes of Austin, Texas has been involved in tennis for over 43 years and is still rolling. He began playing tennis in junior high, and while attending the University of Texas, Mike was injured in 1982 by a gunshot wound of an attempted murderer and spent a year in the hospital. Mike was introduced to wheelchair tennis in 1987 when a friend entered him in his first wheelchair tennis tournament. Mike lost 8-3, so he trained hard, and in 1999 he was voted Most Improved Wheelchair Tennis Player in the nation. Positioned to make the Paralympic team, Haynes' good friend Randy Snow came out of retirement, bumping Mike to the alternate position. He was not just an athlete, but a coach, tournament director, and activist in the Austin community. Mike worked with the Junior League and Joanne Paget in 1990 to bring wheelchair tennis to Austin and formed the Austin Wheelchair Tennis Association. Mike is a past USTA Community Service Award winner and CATA Volunteer of the Year for his work with youth with disabilities. He was also the tennis director for State Special Olympics Games in Austin from 1990 through 93. Mike served on the board of the National Foundation for Wheelchair Tennis, National USTA Wheelchair Tennis Committee, and has been a volunteer for the USTA Texas on the Wheelchair Tennis Committee for more than 15 years. Mike had the honor of working side by side with Randy Snow and will forever be in his gratitude for the doors that Randy opened for all of us. Mike can be seen on the courts teaching people with disabilities, but his greatest joy is teaching his 3 young kids the sport of a lifetime. Desi Samuel's officiating career began in 1982 when she became a certified USTA official, giving back to the sport she loves. After officiating at local tournaments, she ultimately was selected to officiate at Wimbledon, the Australian Open, where she chaired 1 final, and the US Open, where she chaired the final 4 times. Her officiating milestones include attaining status as an ITF white, bronze, silver, and gold badged official. Desi also had the opportunity to represent the United States as a certified official at the Davis Cup, the Olympics, Fed Cup, and many WTA Tour events. More recently, Desi was hired in 2000 as a women's pro circuit supervisor. It's a full-time 365-day position that keeps her flying all across the United States, running tournaments for the USTA Pro Circuit. Her organizational and communication skills have earned the respect of all around her, knowing that she's someone in control and someone they can not only depend upon, but talk to as a caring friend. Desi is a treasure to all who know her, all around the world. Her world travels are rooted in her solid farm family and her friendly hometown, Terrell. With Billie Jean King as her tennis hero, Desi played on the first women's tennis team at Texas A&M. She's a proud Aggie who bleeds maroon and is a loyal supporter of Aggie athletics and cherishes friends from her time there. As one of Texas' most acclaimed officials, Desi Samuels is awarded the USTA Texas Section Ray Del Castillo Official of the Year Award for 2015 for her years of dedicated officiating and making Texas proud. Tonight's winner of the Julius Zinn Senior Service Award is no stranger to senior activities and awards. In fact, she won this award in 2002, but she didn't give up giving to and playing at the sport she loves. She just finds new ways to contribute and participate. While she's enjoyed enormous success playing tennis for 70-plus years, she enjoys even more getting someone else involved. Recently, she started a program for the residents of the senior facility where she now lives. Using the same methods she uses to teach children, shorter courts, bigger balls, she teaches seniors that they need to stay active in order to maintain good health and have a better life. She's living proof of that. Since 1984, she's volunteered for the San Antonio Tennis Association, serving and helping in every capacity. In addition, for the past 18 years, she's been running the tennis portion of the Texas Senior Games. Her dedication and tireless promotion of senior tennis resulted in an induction into the Texas Senior Games Hall of Fame. Playing age division tournaments competitively for over 30 years, she served as an ambassador of Texas and the United States, traveling the world, winning multiple gold, silver, and bronze balls. In the women's 80s division, her highest ranking was number 2 in singles in 2012 and number 1 in doubles in 2014. Despite a busy life, she always has time for her fellow tennis players to answer a question, help settle a dispute, or teach someone how to execute a drop shot. Her zest for tennis and life, her lifelong accomplishments for the best interests of others, especially other seniors, makes USTA Texas very proud of Margaret Canby of San Antonio. The McMillans of Austin are a true grassroots tennis family. The parents aren't tennis professionals and the children don't aspire to be. While tennis is a part of their everyday lives, it doesn't define them. Fortunately for Austin and the sport, they all love to play and are quick to raise their hands when help is needed in any capacity. Mom Jessica is the most actively engaged in tennis, a USTA league captain and co-captain and previous board member of Women's Team Tennis of Austin. She just loves to be around all things about the sport. She begged the Capital Area Tennis Association to give her a little part-time job as a junior team tennis coordinator. She's also CATA's Grand Prix Junior Tour Coordinator, a past chaperone of the Grand Prix State Championships, and a supporter of both middle school and high school tennis teams. In addition, she helps with junior and adult programs, tournaments, community days, and mixers at the South Austin Tennis Center. For USTA Texas, she's on the Junior Team Tennis Committee. Dad Steve travels for his job, but he still squeezes in some league play. In addition, he was also a Grand Prix chaperone and is active in supporting the children's school tennis teams. You'll also find him at the tournament desk for the spring ZAT. At the South Austin Tennis Center, he helps secure sponsors for the tennis programs and joins Jessica with community days and mixers. As the administrator of a 501c3, he helps scholarship kids with the costs of tennis programs. The children, Colin and Ruthie, are both champion qualified players who help with their parents at tournaments and mixers. Colin often operates an Italian ice concession at events, as well as act as a DJ at junior mixers. He was the CATA Boys 12s champion in 2012 and Boys 14s champion in 2015. Played on a Grand Prix team in 2012 and 14, and in 2015 was O'Henry Middle School's most valuable player. Ruthie played junior team tennis and was CATA Girls 12s champion for 2015 and an Austin Grand Prix team member 2012 through 14. She's also a former ball girl for World Team Tennis. For all they do for tennis in Austin and in Texas, the McMillan family is this year's USTA Texas Family of the Year. Tonight's winner of our Community Service Award has been spreading the love of tennis not only in her own small community, but also in other communities far and wide. Tell her about a group that could be introduced to the sport or helped with any aspect of the game, and she hits the highways. In the past few years, thousands of men, women, and children of all backgrounds and abilities have benefited thanks to her willingness to drive 40 miles to San Antonio. When she took over as the San Antonio Tennis Association's programs director, the number of participants jumped from 2,500 to nearly 12,000 in 1 year. This included children through after-school and NJTL programs, seniors in a beginner program, military through Wounded Warriors events, and special needs players through adaptive and Special Olympics programs. She's received recognition awards from Special Olympics Texas and the Northeast Independent School District. Many of these programs she ran with another of tonight's award winners, Margaret Canby. In addition, she got involved with the City of San Antonio to promote healthy lifestyles by including tennis as part of the Mayor's Fitness in the Park initiative. She seeks out any and all opportunities to introduce tennis at any events where large numbers of people gather. Participating fully in each program, she's not only the administrator, but is on court, interacting and teaching participants. Also, she is a tennis official for USTA, ITF, and Big 12 matches. She volunteers to help with league scheduling, sectional events, local tournaments, and is a multiple committee member for USTA Texas. As someone who is truly dedicated to selflessly serving up tennis to her community, we honor Janelle Werner of Boerne. Tonight's Lloyd Sessions Educational Merit Award honoree has dedicated himself to making sure the children of the Rio Grande Valley have access to tennis. He has persevered despite the lack of an optimum facility, a lack of time when he was running other businesses, and a lack of funds. His Rio Grande Valley Tennis Academy was created in 2006 using courts built in 1963 and shared with the city of McAllen and McAllen High School. There are no other courts. The population is economically challenged, so many families can't afford tennis for their children. And the valley is a geographic challenge when it comes to traveling to participate in tournaments. Long journeys and overnight stays are another necessary expense. Yet in the face of adversity, our Lloyd Sessions Award winner has triumphed. Over 200 children have started with red ball 10 and under tennis, with some making it all the way to super champs. Many have been subsidized by the Academy to do so. Numerous students are fortunate to compete at all levels of USTA events. Others have succeeded in obtaining college scholarships. In addition to running the Academy, our honoree is a valuable volunteer for the South Texas Community Tennis Association, where he willingly takes on all assignments. And he works hard to support the CTA's efforts to obtain a new tennis facility, a difficult and disappointing endeavor. The local high school team and the City of McAllen tennis programs are also beneficiaries of his time. Next up is a USTA schools program in the middle schools. Despite the challenges, he's fully committed to continuing the growth of tennis in the Rio Grande Valley. And the Valley and USTA Texas so appreciate having Augustine Salazar of McAllen. When a tennis person anywhere in Texas says, "I was talking to this lady in Houston about parks and recreation programs," chances are there's no need to insert a name. Everyone knows that tonight's award winner is the go-to person for all such tennis programs in Houston. While the City of Houston employs her to direct tennis in its many parks and rec facilities, it's her willingness to go above and beyond her job that distinguishes her. Under her leadership, programs for all ages and skills in diverse ethnic and economic populations are developed. Funds are secured, volunteers are recruited and managed, young players are mentored. And then she shares her expertise, time, and energy with the Houston Tennis Association, the Houston Professional Tennis Association, the Wheelchair Tennis Association, Special Olympics, USPTA, USTA Texas, and USTA National. This isn't her first award for her volunteerism. The USTA honored her with the Eve Craft Community Service Award. Special Olympics named her Volunteer of the Year for Sports and Competition. And the USPTA gave her their Industry Excellence Award, recognizing business acumen and a charitable attitude. The Houston Tennis Association has benefited from having her involved for many years, directing an NJTL program serving more than 7,000 youth in 45 parks and 30 schools, as well as participating on many committees and as immediate past president. For more than 15 years, USTA Texas has appreciated her services as a member of management, executive, community development, schools, and strategic planning committees, among others. She's currently Vice President Administration. It's now time to express this appreciation and award our prestigious W.T. Caswell Service Award to Emily Schaefer of Houston. Small Facility Manager of the Year Award, Nancy Tilke. The Rocking T Tennis Facility is part of the Tilke family business, nestled in the center of the family's 60-acre working farm in Needville, Texas. Tennis players are developed amongst fields of cotton, milo, commercial beef cattle, and horses. There aren't membership fees. Membership begins when you walk on court. The desired goal is to encourage players to grow their games with quality instruction at reasonable prices. Nancy Tilke is the owner, general manager, and director of tennis at this two-court rural facility. Her husband Cecil is her knowledgeable business partner. Sons Greg and Keith assist her during Tennis Across America events, summer junior camps, and socials. Nancy's managerial experience began during college with organizing the Smithtown Recreation Department's summer tennis program located on Long Island, New York. Then, during Nancy's elementary educator's career of over 20 years, she was an independent contractor managing the tennis program at Meadow Creek Racket Club, a 5-court facility in Missouri City, Texas. Also, through educational training during Nancy's active 21-year membership as an elite professional with USPTA, she's gained valuable tools to run this thriving small business for 8 years in Fort Bend County, Texas. 2015 has been a successful year with close to 50 active players, annual events, leagues, socials, lessons, cardio drills, and summer junior camps for various age groups. The Tilkes are members of the local Chamber of Commerce. To promote this enterprise and give back to the community, Nancy volunteers time during the Needville ISD tennis seasons. She also attends 4-H and FFA events to support local youth. Nancy feels blessed to have supportive family, friends, and professional peers. Large Facility Manager of the Year Award. Haysam Betje comes to us from Dallas, Texas, where he is the Chief Operating Officer of Bent Tree Country Club. H, as he prefers to be called, earned his Bachelor's of Science degree in Hospitality and Club Management from the University of South Carolina and has always been in private country clubs. His first position was at Myers Park Country Club in Charlotte, North Carolina, and has been the Chief Operating Officer of Cape Fear Country Club in Wilmington, North Carolina, Governor's Club in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and currently Bent Tree Country Club in Dallas, Texas. H is an active member of CMAA, a past president of CMAA Carolinas and the Carolinas Club Foundation, and is currently an officer on the board of directors for CMAA Texas. He has also served on various CMAA national committees. H believes that he is in the membership business and sees tennis and tennis activities as an effective tool to retain and attain memberships. He is a team-oriented manager who is collaborative in decision-making. He's very proud of his current team at Bent Tree Country Club. H enjoys working with university students and the rising stars in the industry. He frequently speaks about club management and career building on various university campuses. His favorite quote is, "Work is love made visible," which is stated in his favorite book, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. He obviously enjoys what he does. Diversity Award, Ronald Elizondo. As a child from Corpus Christi's west side, Ronald Elizondo knows firsthand how tough growing up economically disadvantaged in Corpus Christi can be. At age 12, drawn by the pop sound of a tennis ball being struck, he often lingered just outside the tennis courts at South Bluff Park. One day, an instructor, Dr. Shelby Torrance, took an interest and invited him into the world of tennis, an invitation that changed his life. That is the goal of tennis success, to do for others as Dr. Shelby Torrance had done for Ronald. Tennis Success was founded in 2000 with a simple mission, vision, and strong desire to give back to the youth of his community that which was given to him during his youth. The program is not about making good tennis players out of the students. It's about making healthy, productive individuals out of the tennis players. They succeed if the students enjoy being part of a team, gain knowledge in school, and grow with a positive attitude. Success in the program is not measured by games won, it's measured in how the students cope with competition and their own success. Tennis Success is a program for elementary, middle, and high school students enrolled in schools predominantly in the north and west side of Corpus Christi. Students participated in Tennis Success programs with a 100% retention rate. Through the game of tennis, youths and their families move toward developing strong character, integrity, dedication, discipline, better health, respect for themselves, and respect for others. Tennis Success gives youths an alternative lifestyle to drugs, violence, vandalism, bullying, school dropout, teenage pregnancy, and other roadblocks facing our youth of today. Stars Award. Stelios Vafiadis is the founder of Tennis for Everyone, with a mission to raise awareness for the recreational needs of handicapped persons. He currently continues to offer for a second year free wheelchair and adaptive tennis lessons exclusively to disabled persons, including Special Olympic athletes, as a rehabilitative and fun activity to help develop confidence and social integration. He's currently learning teaching methods for visually impaired athletes, and soon he will be able to offer free lessons for them. Stelios was not defeated when on March 2015 he was diagnosed with malignant lung mesothelioma. Between hospitals, operations, and chemo sessions, he's continued his free program and managed to increase participation from 4 athletes last year to 11 presently. He was also able to raise enough funds to purchase 2 new sport wheelchairs and fund fun activities for athletes and their families, as well as tennis camps. On February 2015, Stelios was awarded the USPTA Texas Division Adversity Award. He said, "It was ironic that a few days after I was honored with this award, I found myself in a hospital bed, not knowing if I will ever play or teach the sport I love, and possibly worse. It's been a year now, and I take one day at a time. Tennis for Everyone helped me a lot with the involvement, the interaction with the challenged athletes, and as an inspiration to me, striving to try harder every day and never, never give up." Charlie McCleary Community Service Award. Jacqueline Jones has been a member of the USPTA and an assistant tennis professional at the Corpus Christi Country Club for 9 years. Her contributions to competitive tennis and at the grassroots level are endless. However, she's most passionate about the USTA's new approach to youth tennis. She works countless hours to ensure that Corpus Christi tennis continues to see success in every aspect, including exposing children to tennis in school through the assembly program, as well as after school with the many junior development programs she offers at the club. On the weekends, you'll find Jacqueline serving as a USTA official, running a kids' tennis club at a nearby high school, or she may even be playing in a tournament herself. She frequently travels with local youth teams representing Corpus Christi at events such as the Texas Cup and the Junior Grand Prix Championships. She recently re-embraced the role as the area league coordinator for USTA Junior Team Tennis and is doing a tremendous job revitalizing the program. Her dedication and love of the game are instrumental in the growth of tennis in Corpus Christi. However, it's her passion and willingness to use the gift of tennis to make a difference in the lives of those around her that make Jacqueline so unique. She led the charge in bringing wheelchair tennis to Corpus Christi, coordinates and runs a rally for the Cure Tennis Tournament each year, and volunteers to run a diversity and wellness cardio tennis program for Nueces County. Jacqueline considers it a privilege to use these programs and many others as her vehicle to leave her mark on the community. Industry Excellence Award. David Webb is the Director of Tennis for Richland Tennis Center in North Richland Hills, Texas. David is a native West Texan, graduating from Seminole High School. He was the Texas AAA State Doubles Champion in 1977. David graduated from West Texas State University in 1981 with a Bachelor of Science degree. He's been involved professionally in tennis for over 30 years. He served as director of tennis at several private clubs in the DFW Metroplex, including Mira Vista Country Club and Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth. David received an elite professional rating from the United States Professional Tennis Association in 1988 and served on the board of directors for the USPTA Texas Division from 1991 until 96. He's the past president of the USPTA Texas Division and currently serves on the membership committee for the USPTA National Organization. He served as one of 6 coaches for the National 12 and Under team from Texas from 1992 until 1994. And in 1995 and 96 served as the head coach. In 1996, he was selected as Central Zone coach for the Challenge Cup in Boca Raton, Florida, which was a national tournament for the top 12-year-olds from throughout the United States. In 1998, David received the Texas Proud Award from the USPTA Texas Division. He's been ranked as high as number 6 in men's singles and number 4 in men's doubles in the Open Division in Texas. In December of 2014, David received the Heart of Service Award from the City of North Richland Hills Parks and Rec Department. And in October of 2015, he received the Industry Excellence Award from the USPTA Texas Division. Pro of the Year Award. Chris Singer is currently the director of tennis at the Cascades Country Club in Tyler, Texas, where he lives with his wife and 2 children. He's a 2008 graduate of the Tyler Junior College Tennis Tech program. He's been a member of the USPTA since 2007 and passed his first USPTA test with elite status. Chris was previously the tennis director club manager at Tyler Tennis and Swim Club, as well as the adult tennis director at Midtown Athletic Club in Chicago, Illinois. Chris's work with the USPTA includes serving on the USPTA Texas Board of Directors, hosting 4 USPTA Junior Grand Prix events, past tournament director for the USPTA Texas Junior Grand Prix State Championships, and currently is the Southwest Tennis Buying Show Chair for USPTA Texas. Chris is a part of the Texas U30 team and a co-chair of the recruiting committee. Chris also serves on the USTA Texas Junior Tennis Council. Over the past year, he's been instrumental in designing and opening a brand new outdoor tennis facility at the Cascades Country Club. Since opening the center in September of 2015, his program has developed both junior and adult programs, added 3 USPTA teaching professionals to the staff, and produced 3 Northeast Texas USTA Adult League team champions. Along with coaching the members of his club, Chris is also the varsity tennis coach at the All Saints Episcopal School in Tyler. Chris would like to thank all of his colleagues and past employers for all of their support and the opportunities they've allowed him over the years to become the tennis professional he is today. Owen Davidson played junior tennis in Australia, where he finished his junior career as the number 2 junior in the world behind John Newcombe. His best Grand Slam singles result was at Wimbledon in 1966, when he reached the semifinals. In 1967, he won a calendar year slam for mixed doubles when he won the Australian Championships with Leslie Turner Bowery, and the French Championships, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Championships with Billie Jean King. He holds the honor of being the first player to win a match in the Open era of tennis when he defeated John Clifton in the first round of the British Hardcourt Championships in April of 1968. He is also the 1972 Australian Open and the 73 U.S. Open men's doubles champion, partnering with John Newcombe and Ken Rosewall. Davidson retired from his playing career several times. In 1967, he was named All England Club Professional at Wimbledon and manager of British Competitive Tennis. He held that job until leaving in 1971 to resume his professional tennis career. While in this position, he coached the British Davis Cup in 1967 through 70. In 1972, he quit the tour again to take the head pro job at the Houston Racquet Club in Houston, Texas. John Newcombe was intent on buying the club, but when the deal failed to materialize, Davidson went back on the newly founded ATP Tour. He retired for good in 1974 and moved to Houston to work for the ATP in the Woodlands, site of its first world headquarters. From 1976 through 86, he worked as tour director for the ATP, initiating the advent of the satellite circuit. He then moved to New Braunfels, where he was the director of the John Newcombe Owen Davidson Competitive Edge Tennis Academy at the John Newcombe Tennis Ranch in New Braunfels. In 1981, he was Sammy Giammalva Jr.'s personal coach on the professional tour. He played on and coached world team tennis teams in Minnesota, Boston, Hawaii, and Houston. In 2010, he was inducted to the International Tennis Hall of Fame, and in January of 2011 was inducted into the Australian Tennis Hall of Fame. Glenn Richard Dick King was born in Olney, Illinois. He was a four-sport athlete in his hometown, playing football, basketball, and baseball, in addition to tennis. He and his high school doubles partner, Dick Landenberger, TTMHF class of 2011, reached the state doubles finals. King played collegiate tennis at Southern Illinois University, where he had a highly successful career, winning 51 singles matches and 50 doubles matches, including 2 conference singles and 1 doubles championship. He moved to Denton, Texas to be a graduate assistant coach at North Texas State University. As his term there was done, he was preparing to move back to Illinois when he was hired as the tennis coach at Stephen F. Austin High School in Austin, Texas from 1963 through 66. In 1968, after a brief stint working for then-Governor John Connally, he took a job as a tennis professional in Austin. In 1979, he became the University of Texas interim head coach of the women's tennis team. After the stint with the Lady Longhorns, he returned to being a country club teaching professional. During these years, he coached 5 UIL high school champions. In 1992, King returned to college coaching when he was hired at Temple College. For the next 23 years, he served as the Temple College head women's and men's tennis coach. During his time at Temple College, he won 3 NJCAA Women's National Championships and coached 20 women's teams and 22 men's teams to NJCAA National Tournament appearances. He coached 3 National Junior College Players of the Year and 56 Junior College All-Americans during his tenure at Temple. King was a 3-time National Junior College Coach of the Year recipient, in addition to being named Texas College Tennis Coach of the Year several times. In 2000, he was inducted into the NJCAA Men's Tennis Coaches Hall of Fame. 4 years later, he was inducted into the NJCAA Women's Tennis Coaches Hall of Fame. King is a United States Professional Tennis Association professional and was certified as a master professional in that certification's first year in 1983. He served as the president of the USPTA Texas Division in 1976. Linda Rupert Thomas is a native of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. She started playing tennis at 4 years old. At age 11, she was put in Sports Illustrated magazine Faces of the Crowd for winning her city 12, 14, 16, 18 and under and women's singles championships. She's participated in Texas tennis for nearly 60 years, serving as an ambassador of the game to the state of Texas. Rupert Thomas played collegiate tennis at Lamar University, where she received a Bachelor of Science degree with honors in 1973. She was chosen to be on the Junior Whiteman Cup squad to represent the USA, where she played a singles match to defeat Canada. From 1970 to 74, Rupert Thomas was ranked number 1 in the Texas women's collegiate singles and doubles polls. In her final year playing collegiate tennis at Lamar, she won the National Collegiate Doubles Championship with partner Kathy Bean and was named an All-American. During her last 2 years at Lamar, she received the Sportsmanship of the Year award. Rupert Thomas went on to play 7 years on the women's tennis pro circuit. In 1978, she advanced through 3 qualifying rounds of the Wimbledon Championship before eventually losing to Ilana Kloss in the 3rd round. Also that year, she received a career-high ranking of number 76 in the world in the women's tennis computerized rankings. After her playing career ended, Rupert Thomas served as her alma mater's head tennis coach for 3 years from 1977 through 80 until she became a club pro in Houston. She's spent the past 30 years actively promoting tennis in Houston, serving as head tennis pro of Chancellor's Racket Club, head tennis pro and director of tennis at Fondren Tennis Club, tennis director of the University Club, and tennis director of the Jewish Community Center. Additionally, Rupert Thomas is the co-founder of the Houston Wheelchair Tennis Foundation.